mystics that expresses broad range of religious feelings and research, historians of religions, theologians, and believers of all faiths agree in recognizing the central position that prayer occupies in religion. American philosopher William James says, "Without prayer, there can be no question of religion." An Islamic proverb states that to pray and to be Muslim are synonymous, and a modern Christian mystic of India, Sadhu Sundar Singh, stated that praying is as important as breathing. Prayer of the various forms of religious literature is considered by many to be the purest in expressing the important elements of a religion. The Islamic Quran is regarded as a book of prayers, and the book of Psalms of the Bible is viewed as a meditation on biblical history turned into prayer. Prayer in the traditional religion refers to an act of supplication or intercession directed towards a deity. Prayer, more generally, can also have the purpose of thanksgiving or praise, and in comparative religion is closely associated with more abstract forms of meditation. Religious scholars say prayer can bless you, your family, and those you pray for. It can also invite more peace into your life, help you learn more about God's plan for you, and many others. According to Oxford Dictionary, hard work is putting a lot of effort into a job and doing it well, giving 100% of your effort to do something and not considering how much it will cost to achieve the best. Scholars say hard work is the key to success. And the phrase prayer is the key to success suggests that prayer can be a powerful tool in achieving one's goals and finding success in life. What then is the connection between prayer and hard work? As a meditation on biblical history turned into prayer. Prayer in the traditional religion refers to an act of supplication or intercession directed towards a deity. Prayer, more generally, can also have the purpose of thanksgiving or praise, and in comparative religion is closely associated with more abstract forms of meditation. Religious scholars say prayer can bless you, your family, and those you pray for. It can also invite more peace into your life, help you learn more about God's plan for you, and many others. According is putting a lot of effort into a job and doing it well, giving 100% of your effort to do something and not considering how much it will cost to achieve the best. Scholars say hard work is the key to success. And the phrase prayer is the key to success suggests that prayer can be a powerful tool in achieving one's goals and finding success in life. What then is the connection between prayer and hard work?
To welcome back from that extensive and beautiful feature on prayer. Like we said, we have a guest already. We have Bishop Isaiah Olatunji Odeleye. Was born on the 13th December 1946 to the family of Pa Israel and Madam Comfort Odeleye, both late now. And, he moved from Ilesha to Ibadan the month of April, year 1966, and is an insurance man to the core, an insurance professional. And, he started early before he started a full-time ministry, being an evangelist, a teacher, and a prophet by calling. Good morning, Bishop.
Good morning,
Isaiah.
sir.
You're
Good morning,
welcome
sir.
to
You're welcome,
the
Bishop.
Mid-Morning Show.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you on set
I'm very
today.
grateful to be here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Before we talk about growing up, when the man was a boy, before we go down that memory lane, let's talk about the feature we took on prayer. What is your notion about prayer, and what do you think people are not doing right? What do you think they should do right, rather, to be able to be a prayerful person? Would you say that Nigerians are prayerful, or we are just laid back as it is compared to how it was back then?
Yeah. Prayer is very important. It is being ordained by God. But the problem we are having is that everything about God is holy. So if you want to deal with God, you have to be holy. So if you want to deal successfully with God, you have to deal with him as who he is, not as who you want him to be. So if you want to deal with him and you want him to answer your prayer, you have to be holy.
So would you say that how Nigerians pray now, was it how it was back then?
The problem, that's what I'm saying. The problem
Okay.
we have is we lack holiness in the country. It is true that we are praying, but what of the foundation for prayer? So God will never compromise his standard. He has a principle. He's a God of order. So, it's something you cannot skip. You have to do it as has been planned by him.
All right, thank you, Bishop. Thank you for
Thank you,
that.
sir, for that.
All right, so let's talk about when the man, was a boy. Let's go down to growing up in Ilesha. Let's talk about it. How was it?
Well, I thank God for the grace of God upon my life. I grew up in a village called Aromi, Owiwi. Then Ilesha, just a southern local government. But in 1958, I relocated to Ilesha. So from there,
Why so?
with the young galaxy, it was very enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
What about the normal days? Maybe with your siblings, going to school. How was it?
Yes,
Let's talk about all those things.
There was no school in our village.
Oh.
So we have to go to school in the next village.
Like
We
how
have to trek
many
about
miles?
2.5 miles every day,
Wow.
from Monday to Friday.
Wow.
But Saturday, there was no school. So on Saturday, we go to farm with our parents and farm together.
So what's your position in the family? Are you the first child?
No, I'm the second child.
The second child.
Yeah.
So what was there any preferential treatment from your parents, maybe from Baba or from Mama? Was it that you are like their favorites? Was there something like that?
There wasn't anything like that. But we have a problem with my senior brother. So I was in the position of the firstborn. It's late now. My senior brother is late now.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
But even when he was alive, I was like the firstborn. And I took up the responsibility of firstborn.
Like at what age was that?
At the age 11,
Jeez.
Wow.
that was the time my mother was terribly sick. We thought she would not even survive, but by the grace of God, she survived it after many years of treatment.
Okay, so how was your upbringing, with your father and your mother, when you were in school? Maybe let's come down to primary school now. They say that that's the time whereby they have to,
Your hand has to touch your ears
before
before
you
you
go
resume
into
school and the like.
So how was the
Okay,
discipline?
I think we need to take the commercial
Yes,
before
yes,
he
we need to
answers
do that.
this question. We'll be right back.
When you're low on energy and need a break, give yourself a treat. Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Smooth. Crafted from cocoa, milk, and sugar. Creamy. Chocolatey. Frothy goodness. Rich taste. So satisfying.
Cadbury 3-in-1 Hot Chocolate, the treat you deserve. 3-in-1 hot chocolate, the treat you deserve.
All right, you welcome back, and it's still the mid-morning show on BCOS television, where we have the personality of the week, Bishop Isaiah Olatunji Odele. So, Dola, for me, we're asking Bishop.
I was just asking about your upbringing with your parents. How was it like? Who was the disciplinarian? Is it mom or dad growing up?
My father was a disciplinarian. You never spare your any slight mistake to make. Just beat, you would drill, you would do all sorts of things. I thought it was wicked then. It was very wicked then. It was later in life that I discovered that, no, he wanted to reshape me then. That was why. But I took him to be a wicked father.
Exactly.
Then.
I think most child growing up, when your parents are disciplining you see them as, are you sure you're the one that gave birth to me? So let's talk about the primary education. You know, then your ears have to touch your hand has to touch your ears,
Yes.
to show that you are of age. So at what age did you start primary?
I started at the age of 6.
Yours was early.
6 years. No, when my mother was able to touch my hair.
Wow.
Yeah. So I started in 1952 at the next village, about 2.5 hours to our village. So I started in primary 1, primary 2, then from primary 2 to standard 1. There was no pre-education then. So from standard 1 to standard 2, it was in 1955 that primary pre-education came in.
Oh.
Yes. But I read standard 1, standard 2. Then from standard 2 to primary 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so
I left
Odugbo.
my school then was St. Luke's School, Odugbo, in the village. But in 1958, I decided to leave for Elisha. So
were you the only one that left? Or?
Yes. I took transfer from that place because I wanted to leave the village to be in the town.
Wow. So you now went to stay with, who did you stay with?
I stay with our relatives.
Okay. So, you know, the fact that you had to leave your parents and to go and stay with your relative, that transitioning and leaving, you know, maybe your friends that you've had back then, how was it?
I was alone then. I was alone in my room. There was nobody with me. I was alone with other people, but I was alone in the room.
No,
so
like
on Friday.
Okay. I mean, you leaving your friends, you know. You
yes,
said you
in the
had to
village.
leave, yes,
yeah,
and
I left
go
them
back
in the village. Yes.
to start standard 3, because you left. You already did standard 1 and 2.
Yes.
At the.
Then started
village.
primary 3 then.
Oh, okay.
And free education has come in then.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
From standard 2 to primary 3. So I left the one in the village. Then I started at Elisha, and I was alone in my room then. But I made up my mind to read.
So
My parents were poor. So on Sunday evening, we leave our village for Elisha. On Friday evening, after school hours, we come back to our village again. We have to trek for about 8.5 miles.
Wow.
Every Friday and every Sunday.
So you were that determined that.
Yes, I have that
really
determination. I must read.
So did it really affect your upbringing, you know, transitioning from home to your relatives? Did it really affect you in any way? I mean, your personality now?
I've made up my mind. I made up my mind that I will do it. There was no money. After farming on Saturday, then we go to the bush, cut a swing stick then to sell when I get back to Elisa. So on weekdays after school hours, I go to the street, sell a swing stick for me to live.
Wow. So what was your, what was your motivation? You know, back then, not quite a number of people would say they want to go to school because they believe that I'm already making money from selling tree sticks, so and I can farm too. So what was your motivation?
I wanted to be a mechanical engineer.
Wow.
That was my motive then. That's why I was struggling to make sure I become a mechanical engineer. But unfortunately, I couldn't become it.
But at least you are still...
By the grace of God,
by the grace of God, you're still who you are today.
Yes.
Now. Okay, so let's talk about after your primary, you said it was free. So
Yes.
looking at education back then and how it is now, let's compare it a bit, to those things you enjoyed.
You can't compare education then to what is happening now.
What's the difference?
The standard then, we have a very good standard then. And people were serious then. The teachers, you cannot play with any teacher then. Because they will always hold their stick and will make any nonsense, be disciplined. But this time around, can you see any teacher that's beat any child in the school?
So will you say that that's affected this generation positively?
Yes, well, there's no discipline. There's no discipline now. And the parents don't even help the situation now.
Growing up, there was this notion that you have to fear your teacher more
That's what
than
I'm saying.
your parents.
You have to, because you see them with sticks. And they wear fearful faces.
So they are not sparing the rod.
No, they will not spare you of any mistake you make.
So what were those free things you enjoyed back then, in school? Was there free food or?
No, there was no free food.
Okay.
No free food. In my own time, there was no free food.
Okay.
Then. We used money to buy our books, and we pay school fees. So there's not, I don't think we do enjoy anything there.
But you mentioned free education.
No, that was after, that
Yeah,
started
like
in
I was talking about
1955.
the free education.
That's for 1955.
Yes.
Free education started in 1955.
Yes.
Then you have free book, free everything then.
Wow.
No school fees, nothing was, yes. Yours is to go to school, study, and come back home.
Okay, so were you really, let me say, like, did you really wanted to further your education after your primary and...
Yes, I said I wanted to become an engineer.
Okay, but you didn't really have the chance to...
No, I went to secondary school.
Can you tell us about
Okay, in 1950, I was to pass out in 1958, but I had a problem then with my teacher. The exam fees then was